Hello everyone. Today, I'd like to talk about something a little different, perhaps even quite provocative. It's not charts, not on-chain data, not macroeconomic indicators. Today, in a very special way, I will use Vedic astrology, Jyotish, the ancient Indian astrological system, to select 5 coins that are expected to show exceptional explosive potential in 2026, and present the reasoning in very concrete terms. Analyzing coins with astrology. Yes, that's right, but please don't misunderstand. This is not about superstition or random guessing. It is a framework that interprets planetary symbolic energy flows in connection with market psychology, liquidity expansion, and speculative amplification structures. And just so you know, I only hold XRP. So the materials I prepared were originally for myself, and I'm simply sharing them with those of you who may also be wondering like I was. But after making XRP videos non-stop, I felt I needed a change of pace. So today, what I'm presenting are coins already listed on major exchanges, actively traded in the market and highly resonant with the planetary structure of 2026. I will not go into monthly timing details today. Today is solely about why these 5, and what level of explosive potential may be expected. First, let's look at the overall market energy of 2026. In Vedic astrology, there are 4 key planets that move markets. First, Jupiter represents expansion, institutions, trust, and asset growth. Second, Mars represents surges, overheating, speculation, and turning points. Third, Venus represents capital inflow, preference, and liquidity. Fourth, Mercury represents technology, data, and networks. 2026 is not simply a bull market. It is interpreted as a year where Jupiter's expansion energy is alive, while Mars' stimulation may overlap. Simply put, it's a year with both the power to rise and the potential to overheat. In this structure, expansion themes, technology themes, institutional adoption themes will stand out strongly. So I selected 5 coins based on the following criteria. Already listed sector representative, high symbolic resonance with 2026 planetary structure, market cap structure that allows realistic multiple expansion, and this is not just intuition. I quantified the astrological energy. The model I used: Astro Expansion Index out of 100 points. Jupiter expansion strength 30, Mars volatility stimulus 25, Venus capital inflow potential 20, Mercury technological alignment 15, market cap leverage 10. These 5 elements were combined to convert into an explosive potential range. Astro Expansion Index. Let's call it AEI. Now let's go one by one. Bidensor, the representative AI network asset. AI is the combination of what? Technological innovation, Mars intelligent networks, Mercury expansion, Jupiter AI is the sector showing the strongest resonance with the 2026 planetary structure. Bidensor embodies these 3 planetary symbols almost perfectly. AEI score 83, highest among the 5. Expected explosive range 5x to 12x. If the bull market overheats, a 15x short-term spike is theoretically possible. But conversely, if Mars overheating fades, a -60% crash is entirely possible. High risk, high explosion asset. Solana Layer 1 networks fundamentally belong to Mars. Speed, competition, scalability. When combined with Jupiter's expansion energy in 2026, it creates a strong and fast upward structure. AEI score 78. Expected explosive range 4x to 9x. Because of its large market cap, 15x or 20x is realistically difficult. But probabilistically, it is the most stable expansion type asset. If Bidensor is high multiple high risk, Solana is high probability mid to high multiple. Render token Mercury computation, data Venus creativity, media Jupiter expansion, AI infrastructure, and GPU network themes are difficult to ignore in 2026's astrological structure. AEI score 73. Expected explosive range 3x to 6x. More stable than Bidensor, but with more multiple potential than Solana. A mid-position growth asset. XRP has a different structure. Rather than Mars, it centers on Jupiter institutionalization, Venus capital inflow. So it is not a speculative explosion asset, but an event-triggered expansion asset. AEI score 72. Expected explosive range 3x to 7x. If ETF, institutional adoption, and financial expansion events overlap, an 8x short-term spike is possible. But structurally, it is more of a stable revaluation than an explosion. Because of its large market cap, it is closer to re-rating than explosive growth. Chainlink Mercury, Data, Jupiter, Expansion, Oracle networks are symbolically very precise assets in astrology. However, since Mars energy is weak, it is more of a steady uptrend asset rather than explosive. AEI score, 64. Expected explosive range, 2.5x to 4x. Lowest multiple, but high structural stability. Overall ranking. First Bidinser 5x to 12x, second Solana 4x to 9x, third Render 3x to 6x, fourth XRP 3x to 7x, fifth Chainlink 2.5x to 4x. What matters most is not the maximum multiple, but the combination of expected value and probability. Important disclaimer. This analysis is based on astrological energy structures. The real market is heavily influenced by global liquidity, Bitcoin cycle, interest rate policy, regulatory risk. If global tightening intensifies, the multiples mentioned today could be cut in half or more. All investments are your own responsibility. This video is not investment advice. Summary. 2026 may be a year where high volatility AI phase, layer 1 expansion phase, institutional adoption, revaluation phase operate simultaneously. At the center of it, Bidinser, Solana, Render, XRP, and Chainlink. Was today's session useful? Did it feel like one of those chef's choice menus, or maybe a casual diner where you just take whatever is served? Or perhaps something more refined, like an omakase experience? I'm slightly worried that's how it might have felt. But this was my personal refresh time, so I humbly ask for your generous understanding. Next time I need another refresh, I'll separate these 5 coins one by one and dive deeper into peak energy intensity, collapse risk zones, overheating signals, structural weaknesses. If any of you are trading these 5 coins directly, don't worry about timing. The market still has time before confirming a clear uptrend. Until then, my unpredictable refresh sessions will likely continue with deep dives, and maybe some random chatter too. If you found today's video interesting, please subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. I'll see you in the next video with even deeper analysis. Thank you.